What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy. Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Please hit the like button when you come through the door. Also, hit them notifications too. I want to give a shout out to all of my subs that have been rocking with me, both my new subs as well as my day ones. Hope everybody's feeling all right. Um, took a few days off, uh, but I'm back in the midst. Back in the swing of things. Okay, um, feeling pretty rejuvenated. Um, Everything going good for the most part. So I'll let a few people, come in here, then talk my little shit, and then go ahead and then bounce out right after that, man. What's up with it, Ted? I see you in here, man. Yeah, man. It's been a busy last. I would say really this whole month, but especially this last week or so, man. It's been a lot of speculation, a lot of uncertainty of what's about to take place and everything. But we definitely we're gonna we're gonna talk about it. What's up with it, Cypress? I see you in the building, man. Um, man, like uh, first Mother's Day without my mom was tough, but I understand, Ted, man. I know, man. I understand, man. But we trying to do things on a positive note. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't do a live. You know what I'm saying, for a few days because I know for some people this is a happy time, but for a lot of people it's not a good time. You know what I'm saying? So. Uh, I just took a couple days and be sure y'all hit the like button, man. It's at the top right corner, man. Send your boy a like, okay? Um, Look, man, we knew that the NBA was getting ready to be bought by NBC, okay? Um, Hold on one second, y'all. Well, um, hold on. That's the thing. We don't really know um, what's about to become because everything's going to be fully taken over by 25, 26. Okay. But, for the most part, if, okay, if they're talking about going over there, which I really highly doubt, I don't see Shaq, Kenny, and Charles going over there to NBC. I just don't see it happening. But if they do, yes, they are. They are gonna have to kind of clean, really clean things up and everything. Um, See, what's happening, man, is and what we have to understand, man, is NBC. NBC has always played hardball. Okay, David Zaslav. I can't really pronounce his name, but of course he's the CEO of TNT, and he pretty much has said some dumb shit saying that the TNT doesn't need the NBA. Are you out your mind? You do need the NBA. Listen. What does TNT have? What do they have besides? Um, you know, they may have. I think they have wrestling. They'll have some episodes of I think it's what MCIS NCIS uh, old episodes of Charmed and stuff like that. You know, man, listen, let's just be honest, man. The NBA is what brings people to TNT, what gravitates people to TNT, and for back in the day, it's what brought people from uh, to TBS and to TNT because they were they're both parent sister and brother companies. But here's my thing though too, right? Uh, they had he was talking about they don't need the NBA and everything, but you pretty much everybody that comes over there, you had them on 2 nights a week, sometimes three, if there was something something special going on, and then on top of that, uh, there was 2.5 billion on the table, from my understanding. What's up with it, Kenyon? I see you in the building, bro. What's up with it, Stephen Green? I see you in the building. I'm upset because I love the NBA on TNT. NBC stole the NBA from TNT. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. What you have to understand, Stephen, is that originally NBC NBC was was the cream of the crop, and if we're really being honest, they both stole from CBS. CBS was the original. Okay, I can understand that you probably like it. You have to understand that they let a lot of things go. There was more freedom of being able to say what you needed to say. That's why having a guy like Charles Barkley on there at first, when Charles Barkley had came on there, if you go look at the first episodes and stuff, Charles Barkley, he was kind of trying to be, you know, professional and everything, but then after a while, I think Ernie Johnson wanted him to be himself and everything, and then that's when everything started, to kind of be sort of free and say what you genuinely wanted to say. But when you were over there at NBC, you know they pretty much TNT tried to do some of the things different from NBC. You know what I'm saying? Like having guests over there and stuff like that, being able to say what you wanted to say, having different games and stuff like that, and just it was pretty much a conglomerate of fun over there in TNT, whereas in NBC it's a little bit more serious. It's a little bit more serious because of the onlookers and the people that are consuming it. And you also got to think too that at NBC they do more than just one sport. You know what I'm saying? NBC is has football. Okay, they got uh, hockey. From what I hear, they trying to bring boxing. What's up with it, Alex? I see you in here. So I mean, I understand that you're upset, but we have to understand that NBC was the cream of the crop. Like, don't get it twisted. Even though the NBC was a little bit more serious and everything, hey, everybody gravitated towards NBC because it was a tradition. You sat down, ate dinner or whatever, you did what you needed to do, you know what I'm saying, with your family and all that other stuff. And then what did everybody do? You sat down, you listened to the theme music and everything, and that's how it went. But the attitude saying that he didn't need the NBA, man, you got to be kidding me. You do need the NBA. um, but yeah, they can't say, they're not gonna be able to say what they want to say over there, and how Shaq and Chuck be going at it and stuff like that. But I don't think they're even gonna be over there. But even though that a lot of people feel like they can't really monitor themselves. I think that Charles Barkley does a good job whenever he goes to CBS and he does the college sports. I think it's good. NBC just promoted the NBA better. Um, well, if we're looking at it from a standpoint of promoting uh different players and stuff like that, yeah, from that standpoint, yeah. But like, I put to you like this, uh, just to be blunt about everything. NBC is like suburban, and TNT is like the hood. If 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 that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like TNT, like the streets. You know what I'm saying? That's like, the streets is talking. Well, nah, I ain't even gonna say that. Hey, they like middle class compared to the LDBC. The LDBC is like we the streets. You know what I'm saying? We know what's really going on. We know what's happening. Like, it's like when you go and go get your hair cut. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go get your hair cut at no goddamn commercial supercuts type shit. You know what I'm saying? They gonna cut your everyday type of barbering shit, people that don't know how to cut real hair. But if you really trying to get, really a good cut, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna cost you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna have to go to the gutter, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to get your shit, tight and nice and everything, you know what I'm saying? Well, shit, that's where you're gonna go. You're gonna go to the hood, and it's gonna come out good. That's just the same with the cooking. That's the same with playing ball. That's the same with everything. You know what I'm saying? In this case, you go to TNT because what do Shaq and Chuck be doing? They be over there debating, getting crazy. They tackle real issues like um, when Draymond Green, he needed to talk to everybody about how he was feeling, or when they needed to get some issues out on the table, like about who had a problem with one another. They do that sort of stuff on TNT, or they were doing that stuff on TNT. They ain't gonna do that on NBC. And it's the same with football. You don't see Tony Dungy and Rodney Harrison and and not Keith Overman. What's that dude's name? I always forget his name. Dan Patrick. That's the name. You don't see them. They get right to the point, and then they do it what's necessary to do it. But some people like that. But me, guys like Steven, a couple other people, they might like that. You said Bob Costas with good commentary on NBA. I like Marv Alberts better. Yeah, I mean, it's fun for TV, but people like that though. Like, it's authentic. People want to be real. I really like it when they used to have Area 21, when they had KG on there. But KG was just too raw. When he would have guys, when they had the curse button with him and Rasheed Wallace, you know what I'm saying? But some people, they like that. And then, of course, people started figuring out, about the podcast and stuff like that. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah, Ernie Johnson was hilarious, man, and he still is. But the thing about it though, Ted, man, and everybody else that's in here, Cypress and Steven, man, NBC, man, is trying to they're trying to monopolize everything, and you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? They outbid it. We all know. See, Warner Warner Brothers is the parent company of TNT, and then we also got to still. Well, here's another flip side to everything too. We're still waiting on Amazon. Um, unless somebody has heard something about them closing the deal. I haven't heard anything yet, but Amazon is always, Bezos is going to want his hand in everything. I don't think people realize that, Jeff Bezos, man, he's trying to get his hand in everything. People can say what they say about Jeff Bezos, and I wouldn't even be surprised if Elon Musk was trying to get his hand into some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it's big money. But Adam Silver was talking about he's disappointed in the way that the NBA is being marketed, and he wants it to still expand and be that global entity, and continue to be that global entity, because we got to think about it. Who's the MVP this year? It's Jokic. Well, Jokic got a whole country behind him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, you can say what you want about Jokic's brothers and all that, getting into it on TV and stuff like that, but actually, that's good marketing in a way. Now, if we were to do it, some black folks would do it on, make us look like some hoodlums and stuff like that. But for them, it's just like there's nothing to cut now like that. So they're gonna bring that. And then of course you got Jokic, and he's the MVP, stuff like that. Then you got to think about it. SGA, he's an international player too. But I can't blame how David Zaslav is feeling in a way he's talking. I mean, it's good to have pride, don't get me wrong, but in this case, you can't say dumb shit like that, talking about you don't need the NBA, because we all know that that's cap. He's gonna be punching the air like Cuba Gooding Jr. And some people feel that way. They'll sit up there and they'll say, well, I don't need this person, I don't need that person, knowing damn well that they do. But you also got to understand, man, you got to know who you have in your corner. You can't never get so high and mighty and think that you're so above everybody, and then next thing you know, there's nobody around you. I never thought about that way. Yeah, 25 years. That's a long time, man. 25 years is a long time. No matter how we want to, flip it, transform it, do whatever. 25 years is a long time, man. 25 years straight, and it would have been another 25 years had he played his cards right. And you know what? I have a big feeling. I got a big feeling. You said TNT didn't really promote the NBA shit. Nah, they did a good job of promoting the NBA. They did a good job of promoting the NBA. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I put to you like this, Cypress. TNT was running competitively with ESPN. Now, could they have done better? Yeah, they could have did a lot of things better. But for the most part, they did better. It's just that I think more of the global aspect, that's what Adam Silver wanted. But I'm going to tell you something else, too, that nobody's talking about either, all right? Now, we all know that we got to look at the dynamic that's getting ready to happen with possibly, I think, Seattle. Seattle getting back in the mix, and then Minnesota. Word is around the campfire that Minnesota is talking about moving. I think Alex Rodriguez and them is talking about moving, and then Memphis Grizzlies is talking about making some changes too. Now let's look at that dynamic for a second, right? Now you got teams that want to, they want to put themselves in position to be in a bigger, in a better, in a more competitive market. And the thing about it is like, we have to understand that NBC, for the most part, anybody can watch NBC. And also, like, this is the thing too about that, Cypress. Adam Silver was growing tired of you gotta pay the amount of money. Now you got to do everything on apps and everything. Whereas with NBC, 90% of the time or whatever, it's going to be on regular TV. So there's people that want to go out, they want to go watch a game, and there's some people that are missing games and stuff because they're like, well, damn, I got to get an app, or I got to pay for this, or I got to pay for that. They want to still be able to have that freedom of consumption. But they're talking about moving, some of these teams or whatever, and all of this stuff is going to come down the pipeline, and then you're going to see where NBC pretty much is going to be the dominant force of everything. Listen, I've never had a problem with NBC. I never had a problem with NBC at all. You know what I'm saying? I remember when it came like to the All-Star games and like, that's what people wanted to, people were watching the All-Star game on NBC. You know what I'm saying? They, sometimes, I think there was even one time, when they used to have back in the day the stay in school stuff. Now, I know there was one time, and just correct me if I'm wrong, Ted and Steve and some of you older cats, yeah, you too, Cypress. Y'all remember when they used to have NBA Rock and Jock B-Ball Jam? Y'all remember that? Some of that was promoted on NBA Inside Stuff. So like, okay, you would eat your bowl of cereal, right? Like on Saturday morning cartoons, right? But guess what would come on NBC? They would show like the NBA Stay in School. If it was All-Star Weekend, they would have the NBA Stay in School, drug-free, all that other stuff, and they would be promoting NBA Inside Stuff, and then they'll kick it to MTV. You would have MTV showing NBC. You'll have the MTV Rock and Jock B-Ball game showing on NBC at the same time, and they would both be on the same channel. Well, the reason why they were promoting that is because a lot of those people that were playing in those games would be on in the Rock and Jock B-Ball game. They would be on TV. Like they would have Fresh Prince. What would Will Smith and them be on? They'd be on NBC. You have like all these guys that would be on these shows and stuff like that. They would be on NBC, and so they would promote not only the show like NBC and all that, or Fresh Prince and stuff. They would also promote the NBA at the same time. And I thought that was pretty cool. And you had some people on there, people that would be on Saved by the Bell and stuff like that, that would be playing in the NBA B-Ball Jam, the Rock and Jock B-Ball Jam. I think that's what NBC wants to get back to doing. And they did a good job at it, man. You can't even knock them for it. Yeah, they had their... What's up with it, Marco Hinton? I see you in the building, man. Texas always representing, man. They probably will. I hope they do. Man, that theme song will never die. That theme song would never die. Matter of fact, because you remember back in the days, man, like what was... Like, if you remember, the person that they used to promote the most, like, of course, it would be like MJ or whatever. But a lot of people don't realize on NBA All-Star Weekend, and I know this is gonna get crazy when I say this, they would promote Grandmama. They would promote LJ. LJ, man, like, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. LJ was good promotion. If they brought like Zion, like, and they promoted some of the stuff around him, I know it's gonna be Anthony Edwards. It's gonna be Anthony Edwards. It's gonna be a couple of guys in there. They're gonna promote Victor Wembanyama because Victor Wembanyama is around the world. Jokic. They're gonna promote a lot of international, but they also gonna have guys like Anthony Edwards. Giannis, I wouldn't be surprised. Giannis. I'm thinking about younger, y'all. You said Doc Rivers just roasted JJ Redick. I remember the '90s. I don't really like that. I like. That's what I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. TNT, man, they be tripping with the music and stuff, and I think a lot of people too are starting to be disappointed. See, that's what I was gonna say too. It slipped my mind. Joe Dumars, man. I don't think Joe Dumars is getting enough credit as doing things behind the scenes to really be in Adam Silver's ear to change some of this stuff. You notice how everything is starting to come full circle again. Everything's starting to go back to what it used to be. Like bringing back the physical play, making sure guys play, a certain amount of games in order for them to be eligible for awards. You know what I'm saying? Bringing back that old school feel of the All-Star game. Yeah, it's too corporate, man. Yeah, it's corporate, man. It's like, yeah, man, we need something real. And what better way to bring it back, that real feeling, than to go back to the old school, man. Go back to NBC, go back to the Genesis. I mean, now CBS for that time, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, if you go back and I don't know if some of y'all, I'm old enough to remember, but what they would do is with CBS, they would have, when it was halftime and stuff, they would play music. They would play the music that was popping during that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm talking about like, in the 80, 89, 88, and all that other stuff. I remember stuff like that because it was on the VHS. Yeah, Marv Albert, man, Marv Albert was that guy. They used to put Marv Albert's voice on, y'all remember Sega Genesis? I know y'all remember that. Sega Genesis, they had the Bulls versus the Blazers, or they would have the Celtics versus the Lakers, that game. They used to have Marv Albert's voice on there. They'd be like, yes, and it counts. Like, that they used to have his, like, Marv Albert gets paid a lot of money for that stuff, man. Yes, and it counts. Yeah, the Knicks. Man, and I like, and see, if the Knicks are smart, they'll go ahead, they'll win, and what you think they're gonna want to see? They're gonna want to see the NBA in Madison Square Garden. It's no shade to, crypto, none of that other stuff. But Madison Square Garden is over there to the Knicks stuff like that. People would be ready for that. Man, that would be crazy, Chad. But getting on basketball now, Tibbs is he's starting to back. Him and Rudy Gobert starting to go back to their old ways. Rudy Gobert sitting there getting exposed again. Okay, he's sitting there getting exposed when you pull his ass out on the perimeter and still don't know how to read the goddamn pick and roll. And Tibbs is up in there running people to the ground and stuff like that instead of pacing yourself. Now, you can't pace yourself against the goddamn Pacers. Now the Pacers is running right through you. I mean, they look like a completely different team. They look like a depleted, defeated, fatigued ass team against the Indiana, man. They looked horrible. They looked at God awful. Nah, man, that's not happening. That's not happening. Now Denver done caught up. It seemed like Anthony Edwards is the only one that really want to play, McDaniels or whatever. Carl Anthony Towns want to get back to his old habits and stuff. When shit starts getting tight, he want to start getting scared. I wouldn't be surprised if they work on getting rid of Carl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. I don't want to hear none of this stuff about, oh, yeah, he won 4-time Defensive Player of the Year and all that other stuff. Man, you still got to show up, man, if you're going to do that. That's what I was telling the brother Cypress, man. Already at this age, Victor Wembanyama reads the pick and roll better than Rudy Gobert. He already reads the pick and roll better. Man, and I'm just like, dog, do you not realize y'all are so close? All y'all got to do is win a couple of more games. And y'all are going to be in the Western Conference Finals. I mean, this is the Western Conference semis, right? I know people be trying to, oh, no, Polo, this isn't the Western Conference Final. Nah, this is the Western Conference semi. Couple more games, y'all gonna be in the Western Conference Finals. Yeah, he and like I said, he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. You know, he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. And the thing about it is Anthony Edwards is getting better. He's getting better on defense. He's better on defense as well as offense or whatever. He's carrying it for both ends. Now, last night, I'm going to talk about last night's game. Now, last night, SGA came on late, came on strong. And listen, he didn't even need to do it with the three-pointer, man. He was doing it with the mid-range. He put up 34 because I think they were shooting horrible last night. They shot horrible. OKC. I think they shot like 26% at one point. No. SGA was shooting 26%. He ain't never really been a really good 3-point shooter or whatever, but he got that mid-range in. He a slasher. Yeah, it was like, but he shot, but he scored 34. And the thing about Luka, man, he might have had a triple-double, but that's on paper, man. He played horrible. If you really looked at the game, he did not play as good. And see, I thought Dallas was going to end up winning. I was like, damn, they didn't really even need Luka to really do that much. And then here come SGA coming in. That's what I'm saying. He got that clutch gene. You said Rudy got nothing on real defense like Hakeem, Zoe, Mutombo, and Rodman. Of course not. Absolutely not, man. Nah, he doesn't. Don't forget about Ben Wallace, because Ben Wallace is up there too. He's won it multiple times too. Um, you know, nah, man, not at all. Because his defense was impactful. Hakeem Olajuwon's defense is impactful. Mutombo's defense was impactful. We got nobody talks about Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt Chamberlain's defense was impactful. Alonzo Mourning's defense was impactful. Your defense has to be impactful. You have to make a game-changing. Man, hell, I know some people gonna trip out when I say this. Robert Horry's defense was impactful. What is this guy doing? Yeah, Bill Russell. Yeah, Bill Russell's defense was impactful. But like, don't get me wrong, man. Bill Russell. Yeah, he was the defender, man. But I don't think guys understood, man. Like, man, Wilt Chamberlain, bro. Wilt Chamberlain was another animal, man. What's up, The Real? I see you in here, man. Wilt Chamberlain was another animal. And no, everybody wants to talk about Shaq this and Shaq that. Nah, man, he wasn't the defender that Wilt was. Yeah, he getting exposed again. And that's what's going to cost him this series. If I'm Alex Rodriguez, I'm getting his ass the fuck up out of there. And I'm going after Jared Allen. That's who I'm going after. Even though, he needs to get back. Man, shit. Because you saw LeBron in Cleveland. He was probably up in there trying to recruit. You know what I'm saying? He probably taking a look at Donovan Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? Up in there with Savannah. You know what I'm saying? With the hat on and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ticket for pointing all that out. He's up in there, man. But yeah, man. Bronny. Now look, I want to talk about this Bronny, how he did at the combine. Y'all know, man, I'm rooting for Bronny, man. I'm rooting for him, man. I would like him to stay in college. That's just my personal view. I really wanted him to stop playing basketball altogether. But he doing what he doing right now, so I can't hate on him. But I'm going to say this, though. Yeah, you could knock down 12 shots all you wanted, man. You could jump high as hell. I think he had a 40.5 inch vertical. They said he's 6'1" without shoes. I thought he was a little, but see, that's what I'm saying. They give you a couple inches in the league. All right. 40.5. His lateral quickness was pretty good. You could do all that in the combine, man. But man, you got to play against some NBA level competition to see where the hell you at. That's when they're gonna really truly determine you. I mean, yeah, you can sit up there and be sky high and athletic dunk and stuff like that. Are you gonna be able to blow past an elite defender that will pick your pocket easily? That's been in the league for a couple of years. You said what's going on with Crunchy Black Son? Okay, I'll tell you real quick. Black Bizzle got arrested. He got arrested for a body that he had caught on a drug deal gone wrong 4 years ago. I think he ended up shooting the guy or whatever. They arrested him. I think they're gonna get him for a double jeopardy because he went in there for that, and then I think he got out for a little bit, and then they arrested him again or whatnot. So now he had got arrested for that homicide. But you said they're putting too much on Bronny. Yeah, they are. They're putting a lot of pressure on him. Like, man, I honestly, I don't think that this guy. Listen, honestly, I think in the back of his mind, I think he's just doing it just to please his dad and everything like that. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really think that the guy really truly wants to play ball like that. Yeah, I know, man. It's crazy. And see that guy right there, man. He had a lot of potential, man. He was doing it. I think he did it on. He was on a podcast in Memphis recently. Yeah, Black Bizzle. I think that. Yeah, because he was a rapper or whatever. Shout out to Cypress, man, because Cypress knows about that whole situation. You said teams will go after Bronny because of his dad's comment. Listen, listen. I think Bronny, like I said, I keep trying to put this in perspective, and everybody gets my words misconstrued. All right, listen. I'm not saying that Bronny can't play in the NBA. I just said he can't do it now. But does he have potential? Yes. For his height to be 6'1" and jump like that, that's phenomenal. Then on top of that, he is fast and he could defend. But he did not have a training camp, right? He didn't have no training camp. He came in where they already playing 8 games in a college season where these guys' bodies are already warm. Like, that's lunch all day. They're gonna, man, this guy just a couple, not even like a month or two removed from damn near losing his life. And we're talking about we're not talking about no cold, or we're not talking about no cough and no allergies, or you know what I'm saying, no sneezing and none of that other stuff, no runny nose, no flu, you know what I'm saying, no influenza, none of that other stuff, nigga. We talking about cardiac arrest. Nigga, we talking about your goddamn heart, nigga. Yeah, if your heart stopped, nigga, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that was my only concern. When you think about Hank Gathers, he passed out before, but he wanted to keep playing. A lot of y'all don't know this guy, but his name is Willie Cager. If you go look at this basketball movie, it's called Glory Road. It's about the 1966 Texas Western basketball team. But I know the guy. I know him. He's a friend of the family. Well, he passed away, but his name is Willie Cager. God rest his soul. But he had a heart problem. It's not nothing to play with. And myself personally, because in the NBA you got to keep going. In college you got to keep going. People wonder why. Oh yeah, why they got Dennis Rodman and stuff like that. It's because he was able to keep going. He got a high ass motor. People wonder why they like LeBron and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he got a high ass motor. Michael Jordan had a high ass motor that wouldn't stop. I could keep going on and on and on. These guys had Kevin Willis had a high ass motor. Karl Malone had a high ass motor. You said Brian remind me of Eric Bledsoe. Uh, I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I didn't really like Eric Bledsoe. His attitude. He thought he was. Yeah, and you know that's funny though. That's funny you said that, Latif. Look, everybody used. Everybody was calling Eric Bledsoe the mini version of LeBron, and I was like, how y'all gonna compare Eric Bledsoe to LeBron? I don't even see that comparison. You said Eric Snow. Eric Snow was a nice point guard. Eric Snow was a nice point guard, man. I like Eric Snow. He didn't get much credit or whatever, but he can right now stay your ass in college, okay? Develop a little bit. If you got to come out junior year, man, because you ain't even play in no tournament competition. Like guys like Moore and Zach Edey, all these guys were playing at tournament competition. Cam from Marquette, hometown kid out of Memphis or whatever. Cam, he gonna be nice. Now he gonna be nice. In my opinion, I think he's the best guard um, in the draft, talent wise. Yeah, Eric Snow was nice. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't all that flashy or none of that other stuff, but a point guard that knew how to really control the tempo, control the pace. That's why I like Terry Porter. You know, I used to like Terry Porter. Like back in the days, I'd be like, man, this guy, you know, he's boring to watch when I was a little kid. But man, as you get older and you really start to understand the game, you'll appreciate a guy like a Terry Porter. You appreciate a guy like you know, like the Isaiah Thomases and stuff like that, that know how to control the pace of a game. They know how to be that real solid coach. Even like Mark Jackson. Yeah, Travis Best. I used to like Travis Best. Shammond Williams. Um, who else was there? I used to like Khalid Elamine. I like Khalid Elamine. Yeah, Travis Best, man. Yeah, he was a good one. Real solid, real good point guard, man. T.J. Ford until that devastating injury he had. I remember I got a chance to talk to T.J. Ford too, man. Him and Daniel Ewing. Him and Daniel Ewing, man, they would stay on the court because they was in Houston, and they was at this rec center. Man, I went in there one time, man, and I didn't know who it was. It was packed in there because everybody was trying to get on the court. Like at first, because it was Daniel Ewing and because they both went to the same high school. I think they went to Milby. They went to Milby, and both of those guys was on the court. It was just them two. And you stay on the court if you lose. I mean, if you win and you lose, you get off of there. You ain't gonna probably see the court again. Man, I left. I came back. Man, look, bro. Them guys' shirts was wet and they were still on the court. It had to be about like a good 2-3 hours, and they were still killing out there. So that's why, like, when people talk about T.J. Ford was trash and Daniel Ewing, all these guys were trash. No, they won't. You said Carlos Arroyo. Yeah, man, Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico. Yeah, I like her. Yeah, Mike Conley, man. I like Mike Conley, too. But, yeah, man. Um, and the Cavs could still win the series, man. Darius Garland, man, I like how. See, all they have to do, Darius Garland, they were actually in the game. They were actually in the game. Yep. I've seen a lot of guys play pickup. Not too many. But Julius Randle shut the gym down. He shut the gym down. When I was a little kid, I saw AI in Virginia. He was playing outside, and Tyrese Maxey, LJ. I got a chance to see LJ because LJ from Texas, and my coach actually played with LJ or whatever, and T.J. Ford and Daniel Ewing, man. Yeah, You said the Cavs are done. Hey, it's always hope, man. I mean, I know you're looking at it like that, man, but it's always hope. Yeah, man, dog. Like Ted, do you think Julius Randle is a small guy or something? Dog, Julius Randle can hoop, man. That's why I be telling Cypress, man, he delusional. Talking about Julius Randle can't hoop. Now, I don't want Julius Randle to come back and disrupt the chemistry. I mean, well, now that I look at it, they could use a guy like Julius Randle now that they kind of run into the ground. You know what I'm saying? Tibbs is running them to the ground once again. But at first I didn't want Julius Randle to come back. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want him to disrupt the chemistry. But the thing about it, man, Julius Randle can hoop, bro. Julius Randle, man, he look like a goddamn football player, man, but can move like he got real fast ass feet. He a more quicker version of Zach Randolph, and he got all the moves too. He'll spin off of you. He can finish with either hand. That's why all that shit that they be talking about him, he can't finish with his right hand and all that, man. That's cap. Julius Randle, nigga, that nigga will spin off of your ass, nigga, and tear that rim apart or whatever. And he can finish soft, and he'll pull up on your ass, and he can handle the rock too. And he a good playmaker too or whatever. You said unless the refs help the Cavs, man, I don't even want to get started with that, man. The officiating the last few games, I can't even lie, it's been a lot better. But on that note, man, I appreciate everybody pulling up, man. I'm gonna be dropping some more heat in a little bit, man. Stay locked in. Still continuing the construction of everything. Like I said, man, we're gonna get things popping straight to the point. Sports and entertainment, man. Keep rocking with me. Appreciate y'all pulling up all my down ones, all my 10 toes down subs, man. Both my new subs as well as my old subs, my day ones, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and please hit them notifications, okay? Because they not sending them out though. Until then, straight to the point, man. I get at y'all later.